Maybe you never realized this because as women, we are just expected to do things. Nobody does it, and we do it to not leave the things undone because we are a surfer, we are a problem solver. But just pause for a second and think about of all the weight that you have on your shoulder right now. Because maybe you're not just thinking about your job and your career. No, you're also thinking about the laundry, the grocery list, the handling of the house. If you have kids, you're managing the kids' schedule, or you're just noticing when the toilet paper is running out so that you go and buy it, or you're organizing the holiday, or you are remembering all the relative birthdays so that you can send them a card. That's a lot. That's a lot on your shoulder. And your brain is constantly thinking about 200 different things. And its space is occupied by this. And this silent weight that nobody talks about is actually the most powerful killer of your sexual desire. In this video, I'm going to show you why this mental load is actually killing your sexual desire, and probably is not what you're thinking. It's not just the exhaustion that it gives to you, but it actually goes in the root of your relationship. And once you change it, also you can change your relationship dynamic and maybe have sex again with desire. Let me introduce a person I've been working with. Let's call her Maria. When she came to me, she had a baby since 4 months, and she didn't want to have sex with her partner because she was running the house. Her partner was helping her for sure, but he needed a list. So she was organizing the list. She was telling him what to do. She was thinking about the child. She was thinking about her job and all the things that she had to put together so that all the family could work. And she never realized how much this mental load was actually blocking her desire. And when she came to me, she told me that she didn't want to have sex because she was tired and because she was just prioritizing other things and other moment of connection with her partner. And I think that this is partially true, but the real root of the problem was actually that she was feeling overload. When she realized of all the mental load that she was dealing with, she felt shocked. At the beginning, she felt ashamed. I could see in her face that she felt ashamed that she couldn't deal with all of it because as women, we are expected to deal with all of this. And she was like, but I think that I am supposed to do all of this. I think that that's my role in the family. And when she got at this realization, actually, we were in a couple session, and even her partner was shocked because he didn't realize how much she was going through. Because, it's not just about the laundry, it's not about just putting the thing in the washing machine. It's also noticing that the detergent is missing, taking the laundry out, remembering which kind of clothes everybody needs for the next day so that you can put the laundry on. That's a lot. The organizing, the supervising, the checking if everything is okay is like another job after your job. And the interesting part is that we are so used to this mental load that sometimes we feel guilty even saying that that's too much, that we cannot handle it. And she was feeling guilty. And on the top of that, she was also feeling guilty because she didn't want to have sex with her partner. And she was taking more mental load, which was also sexuality. And so she came to me and we started working together, but she was even exhausted to come to the session because it was something else that she had to fix. But when she realized that she could just change this, also a lot of things in a relationship changed. Because from one point of view, what you see here is just one person managing the house. But if we look at that from a relationship point of view, what is happening is that you're building a very weird dynamic where you're managing, or even worse, mothering your partner. And I know, maybe he's a great partner on other things, maybe he's providing for you in other things, and you feel that you're not mothering them all the time. But when we talk about the house management, that feeling stays deep inside us. And I hate to break this to you, but If you're feeling that you are treating your partner as a child that is not independent enough to understand that the toilet paper is running out, you're building inside of you some little resentment and the change of this dynamic. And slowly by slowly, maybe after 4 or 5 years into the relationship, you look at them and you just think of all the things that you have to do and that they didn't do, and they didn't realize that they were supposed to do. And so what happens here is that you don't want to have sex with them anymore, because, again, I hate to break this to you, but no mother wants to have sex with their child. That's not what you're supposed to do. And so if inside your body there is even a little part of you that thinks that you are mothering your partner, then it's gonna be hard and difficult to find sexual desire again. But the good news is that you can get out of this role. And if you get out of this role, I know it can be scary at the beginning. I know that you think, oh my God, nobody can do the things as good as I do. But once you get out, you step back from this role, actually all your relationship dynamic will change and will improve. And as I saw in Maria and her partner, actually these make them fall in love again and build another kind of sparkle in their sexual relationship. Because when you're, and I can explain this also from a psychological point of view and a scientific point of view. When you are into this managing mode, your nervous system never calms down. You're always managing, controlling, thinking, organizing. And to have sexual desire and to have satisfying sex, you need to get out of that role. And it was very difficult for Maria, but for a lot of women that I work with, to just switch from organizer and manager to person that just enjoy pleasure, person that just can receive pleasure and attention. It's not easy if you stay in that role all day long to switch to another one. Desire needs you to let go, to not be in charge, to be a receiver. Your body needs to calm down. And if your relationship is built on you controlling things and dealing with things, it's gonna be very hard for your body and for your brain to understand that you can just let the pleasure be there without managing anything. Because if your nervous system is in the caretaking mode 99% of the time, you will not be open to pleasure. If your nervous system is on a caretaking mode, you won't feel desire, because caretakers don't feel desire, they feel responsibilities. If you're watching this and you recognize yourself into it, I want you to know that you're not broken. There's nothing is wrong with you. You're just dealing with the society where we are living, and probably you are not confident enough to say to your partner, that's too much. But you can change this. And to start and to understand which kind of things are blocking your desire, I created a quiz that you can find in the description that will help you understand which pattern are you stuck in that is blocking your desire right now. And this pattern can be changed, like Maria did, because once she realized about all this mental load of all the things that she's carrying on her shoulder, we built together the confidence to talk with her partner about it and starting sharing the thinking, not just the task. So it wasn't her just writing down the task and give it to him, but actually sitting down and sharing all the thinking that you have to do, so that she didn't have to tell him, this is the grocery list, go and buy this. But he was in charge of the grocery while she was in charge of something else. They divided in a very fair way their task and the things that you have to do to run a house and a family. And she finally felt lighter. It's not just about your partner saying to you, can I help? Because that's nice, thank you. But if you ask me, can I help you? Then you give me another task to do, because I have to think about what you can do, which kind of task I can give to you, which kind of task I can do it for myself. So that's more work at the end of the day. Sharing the load, it means that you notice, you decide, and you act without asking permission to me. Because otherwise, I am just the boss of this organization, and you have one employee that doesn't have any responsibility. And that's exhausting. But above all, it unbalances the relationship, and it doesn't let you to see your partner as a partner, as somebody at the same level of you that is taking as much as mental load as you do. So if you are a partner watching because you are worried that your partner doesn't want to have sex with you anymore, just ask yourself this question: am I taking this mental load? Am I doing something, or am I just asking for some task to do? Because this is the game changer. And if you are the person that has all the mental load, remember that saying that is too much, asking for help, is not wrong. You are in a relationship because you want to live lighter, not have more things to think about. That's why, as humans, we partner up so that life is easier, not more complicated. And it's not fair if it's more complicated for someone and easier for the other one. So when your brain finally has space, when you stop managing and mothering, at this moment you can calm down, you can relax, you can see this person as a sexual being because it's on the same level as you. And at that moment, I assure you that you will find again your sexual desire, which is actually what you had at the beginning of the relationship, because usually at the beginning we don't have all this mental load because everything is so fresh. We are not living together yet, or if you are living together, you don't feel that you had this mental load for years. But in the long run, in the relationship, this can be a lot to handle. So please don't be afraid to share your mental load and step away from this mother role and be again the woman and the sexual woman that you are and that you are supposed to be. I saw many couples breaking because of this mental load, because they are not realizing how much is unbalancing the relationship. But when I see women just admitting all the things that they are doing, I feel relieved, because admitting is the first part. And once you notice it, you cannot unnotice it anymore. And so you can change your behavior, you can change your role, and you can finally build the relationship that you deserve and the sexual life that you want. Because you will always have grocery, laundry, kids management, household management, pet management, and work, but it will be much, much lighter if you share this with your loved one. I really hope that this video helps some of you into realizing about your relationship dynamic. If you don't know me, I'm Silvia. I'm a medical doctor, psychotherapist, and sex therapist, and I spent the last 10 years of my life working with couples and with people that struggle with their sexuality, helping them to build the sexuality that they actually want. If you want to understand more about what's blocking your desire, you can always do the quiz that you find in the description, and let me know in the comments if this video was useful and what you want the next video about. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you in the next video.